Being a piece of a couple is hard, yet the best relationship tips are extremely about upkeep. You must keep things crisp, discover time for each other, and concoct approaches to explore the precarious good and bad times each organization faces. That all sounds a considerable measure less demanding than it truly is, so we've concocted 101 approaches to improve your relationship even. From how to manage envy to how to get over a conceivably dangerous respite. We have 101 relationship tips that you can begin executing at this moment. 1. Tune in. It may sound self-evident, however, when you truly enable yourself to tune in and make inquiries about what your accomplice is, it prompts better discussions, as well as better correspondence. 2. Dismantle a couple of days. Missing each other is an extraordinary method to reconnect. Take a stab at getting a few sweethearts for an overnight or an end-of-the-week escape at regular intervals. 3. Discover a help group. Have a modest bunch of awesome companions or relatives you can call so your better half doesn't need to hear each little grievance going on in your life. 4. Set away your telephones. One of the greatest relationship tips is to give your full focus when your accomplice is talking. It's as a standout amongst the most essential things you can do. 5. Volunteer together. Giving back is an awesome method to keep viewpoint of how incredible your relationship is, and how fortunate you both are. 6. Make an agenda. Scribble down new and fun things you need to achieve for a day as a pair. 7. Converse with couples more than 65 years of age. Get relationship tips from them, and see what you can take away to apply to your relationship. 8. Stop and welcome all that your relationship is right now. Quit living for what it can be. This individual is being a major part of your life consistently, few out of every odd day later on. 9. Return to the inquiries you asked at the outset. What are you wanting to achieve in the following year? What are you terrified of? These answers change, so we have to continue making these inquiries. 10. Discover 10 things you truly adore about them and let them know. Folks require certainty sponsors, as well. 11. Quit bothering. Truly, stop. Make a stride back and make sense of the huge things about your accomplice that really trouble you, and approach them from a position of concern and support as opposed to nitpicking for brandish. That'll accomplish nothing for you. 12. Persuade over waiting be correct. Figuring out how to state, I wasn't right, is an aptitude worth learning. 13. Deal with yourself. No relationship can be fruitful on the off chance that you don't like yourself, both all around. 14. Realize what you need and after that request it. You're dating a human, not a supernatural clairvoyant. 15. Take a class. It's demonstrated that couples who learn together associate further. Locate some shared view, cooking, craftsmanship, science, and go from that point. 16. Quit confounding things that aren't sufficiently entangled. Try not to pull a Carrie Bradshaw amid the 18 years. If you wail over the way that your relationship is going too well, you may need to return to why you're always searching out show. 17. Accept that if something was said that hurt your emotions, it wasn't expected that way. For what reason would they need to irritate you or hurt you? Assume the best about your accomplice, yet in the event that it's truly troubling you, don't be hesitant to bring it up. 18. Compose notes. Regardless of whether you have contemplate corridor together or live respectively, transcribe notes are close to home touches in the present very advanced world. 19. Contribute. Help each other with errands and other fundamental, if cliché, exercises, cooking, cleaning, resorting out, and so forth. Not doing them on the off chance that you live respectively can make strain, and continually doing them can make out of line desires. Go about as group of equivalents. 20. Detach. Step far from the PC amid quality time. Everything on the internet will in any case be there later. 21. Enable things to be what they are. Some of the time terrible days and awful dispositions happen. Try not to go insane attempting to improve everything. Simply be steady and cherishing, in light of the fact that simply being there toward the finish of an awful day can improve it for both of you. 22. Make smaller than normal customs. Making little ceremonies can truly help hold up a couple since they turn into your thing. Whether it's a favour night out amid the Christmas season, or viewing a specific demonstrate each week, these are things that will give you both brief comment forward to, and it will unite you. 23. Be an open book. They can either manage it or they can't. However, in the event that you can't be your most legitimate self with this individual, it'll turn out in the end. 24. Compliment, and regularly. You're there to make each other feel like your best selves, so let the honest to goodness applaud stream unreservedly. Like his outfit. Let him know. Like her hair today. Let her know. 25. Make guarantees that you truly can keep. Say things that you need to finish so anyone can hear. It'll influence you to work harder to get them going. Having and setting levels of sensible desires for your relationship is a solid method to keep it solid. 26. Recognize positive activities. When you and your accomplice see positive activities, arrangements, or conduct in each other, recognize it and remind each other to keep it up. 27. Set up honest-to-goodness associations with alternate loved ones. Hang out together with both of your loved ones. This is the stuff that drives the world as we know it. Individuals. 28. Focus on the little things that trouble your accomplice, and if it's easy for you, work to transform them. We're not talking changing your chuckle or your style, but rather in the event that you realize that your accomplice truly abhors it when you leave the kitchen counter jumbled, endeavor to try cleaning it up before he returns home. It's a sufficiently simple activity and it fills their heart with joy better, so for what reason not? 29. Never, always remember to get some information about the other individual's day. It's such a simple slight to maintain a strategic distance from. 30. Just a single individual gets the chance to have the terrible day. In the event that your accomplice's day sucked and yours was simply, giving them a chance to have the pity, and the control of the remote, and the decision of takeout. On the off chance that it's you, declare it early and let them know you require the help. In the event that it's a hurl-up, exchange stories concerning why your days were so horrendous and you'll wind up snickering while at the same time attempting to make sense of who wins. 31. Little blessings go far. Bringing home a pack of their most loved confection/magazine/book by a most loved writer never gets old. 32. Graham Parsons has a melody verse that says, I simply need to hold you, I would prefer not to hold you down. Give that a chance to be your maxim when you're giving your accomplice guidance. 33. Sign on to Instagram and like all their photographs. Because. 34. Plan a date where you return to the spot you went on your first date. Keep in mind all the astounding things that conveyed you from that point to now. 35. Go on a walk together someplace delightful. What's more, bear in mind to kill your mobile phones. 36. Amazement them with supper. One unforeseen night, shock your band together with a home-cooked dinner, and a pleasantly set table. 37. Audit your best 5 most loved clever things your accomplice has done. Since your accomplice is clever, that is a piece of why you like them. 38. Go to a yoga class together, or then again other exercise class together. Your body and relationship will bless your heart. 39. Go on a street trip, regardless of whether you're not going any place far. It's decent to escape town in some cases. 40. Get a 6-pack of bathroom tissue or, far superior, a 6-pack of lager, without being inquired. 41. Keep the astonishments coming. Think about your relationship as an imaginative test. To keep the sentiment new, concoct new date thoughts, new sex positions, and better approaches to exhibit your affection. 42. Plan little trips, regardless of whether it's early lunch this end of the week, or a trek to another area. 43. Make out. Kissing is something that is regularly set to the side the more drawn out 2 or 3 has been as one. Out of blue one day, start a secondary school style make-out session. 44. Release it. Try not to clutch that thing your darling said or completed a half-year prayer and bring it up each time you get distraught at him. Help both of you out and let it go. 45. Try not to interfere, regardless of whether what you think your life partner is stating is uninteresting. Don't bulldoze over his or her words. Having the capacity to hear each other notwithstanding when the points of interest are commonplace is imperative. 46. Express profound gratitude. Tell him that you see the easily overlooked details he does by saying thank you for routine assignments like strolling the pooch or getting goods. 47. Cook a dinner together. Concoct a menu, shop, and set up the nourishment together. 48. Play around with hypotheticals. Discussion can end up schedule. Break from the customary and have a senseless supper discussion made altogether of non-existent circumstances. For instance, on the off chance that you were on an island and could just bring 5 films, which motion pictures would you bring? 49. Keep a couple's diary. Record your wants and dreams and forget them for your loved one to discover or to compose back. 50. Settle on a truce. This is a standout amongst the most critical relationship tips, as you both have solid feelings and consequently a few issues will never be settled. Regard each other's perspective and concur not to contend about a similar issue, unless it's something that could impede your future, similar to legislative issues, religion, or qualities. 51. Set objectives. Notwithstanding defining life objectives, set relationship objectives. For instance, we expect to get to know each other outside instead of before the TV. 52. Assume liability for your own particular bliss. Love is fabulous. However, by the day's end, the main individual we can consider responsible for our joy is ourselves. Do humanitarian effort, work out, have supper gatherings, find what fulfills you, and go from that point. 53. Take in each other's contention propensities. Endeavour to comprehend you and your accomplice's contention propensities so you can break terrible examples and locate a centre ground that is gainful and conscious. 54. Characterise love. Well, I cherish you, is a remarkable thing to state and a similarly awesome thing to hear. It implies something else to every individual. Disclose to each other what you're stating when you proclaim these enchantment words. It could be a rundown of numerous opinions, for example, I would do anything for you, and I believe you totally. 55. Alternate arranging date evenings that are real, genuine, capital D dates. Takeout and TV doesn't check. 56. Approach your accomplice's issues with regards to how they influence their relationship. It'll diminish the odds they feel by and by assaulted for reasons unknown. 57. Snuggle. Set aside a few minutes for snuggling, regardless of whether it prompts sex. Physical love is essential. 58. Keep in mind to state, I like you. The best compliment you can give an accomplice, particularly a long-haul accomplice, is advising them that you adore them, as well as like them. 59. Have an unconstrained late morning tryst. Send him a content as he's going to go on his meal break. Invest significant energy on a Saturday. Be that as it may, you need to play it. 60. Travel together. Seeing the world together makes stunning shared recollections. 61. Explain to them exactly why you adore and value them as frequently as could be allowed. I adore you is great. I cherish the way you ensure nobody at any point gets a handle on lift is shockingly better. 62. Remain out of their family dramatization. It's so not justified, despite any potential benefits. 63. Truly take a gander at each other. We invest a great deal of energy with our accomplices, however now and again we don't really observe them. Set aside the opportunity to really investigate each other's eyes. 64. Give each other a pet name. It might be super irritating to other individuals, and you might need to save it for when you're in private. However, a pet name can include an additional layer of closeness to your relationship. 65. Invest energy alone. As vital as it is to invest quality energy with your accomplice, it's similarly important that you build up a decent feeling of your identity without them. Khalil Gibran said, "Let there be spaces in your harmony," and we remain by that. 66. Have during supper. Do eat before the TV. Attempt really taking a seat to a feast with your accomplice at a real table. You may discover it a much-needed development. 67. Indeed, kill the TV altogether. Why not establish a sans TV night in your loft? See what else happens when you get to know one another sans the talking box. 68. Request clearness. In case you're confounded about what your accomplice implies, request clearness as opposed to influencing presumptions about what they mean. Utilize an open expression like, "What did you mean when you stated this?" instead of in a split second going into all-out attack mode. 69. Possess your sentiments. Uninvolved forcefulness is an aggregate relationship executioner. Suppress it by honing self-assuredness and clearness. Saying, "I'm fine," when you're not fine is a prime case of not owning your emotions. 70. Convey usefully. For example, we think the expression "development, when happens, it influences me to feel," can be especially useful. 71. Appreciate what your accomplice says into. "He's into chess," or cheddar that resembles a chessboard, possibly. You don't need to love it, yet give it a shot. You may amaze yourself. 72. Yet additionally develop your own. You and your accomplice don't need everything in like manner. Truly, that is entirely irritating. 73. Give your accomplice a chance to show you something they're great at, and the other way around. Everybody adores the sentiment having the capacity to show some person they like about something they're great at. 74. Unite your gatherings. It's anything but difficult to storehouse your social lives and make isolate his and hers universes, yet bringing your companions, or partners together can be a fun thing. 75. Bear in mind about sex. Work, stretch, and different duties can impede your sexual coexistence, and before you know it, you've gone a month without getting occupied. Try not to give this a chance to happen. Timetable it in the event that you need it. Simply make a point to interface in a cozy way. 76. Be that as it may, do disregard envy. Envy can be totally poisonous to connections, so hold yours within proper limits. In case you're generally desirous, make sense of if it's your own issue, or if your accomplice is getting things done to seem less dependable. 77. Develop your appreciation. Spread what you adore about your accomplice. Practice your increase by imparting it to others, not in a gross, unnecessary, braggy way, but rather don't pass up a great opportunity for the chance to explain to others why your accomplice is marvelous. Thusly, it'll remind you why you like them, as well. 78. Giggle. In bed. Sex ought to be attractive, certain. In any case, it ought to likewise be entertaining. Try not to be reluctant to have a chuckle if things take a turn for the crazy. 79. Give yourself a chance to be dealt with when you require it. We all need uncommon care every so often. Give your accomplice a chance to help you when you're feeling wiped out or down. It doesn't mean you're not solid, it just means you're willing to acknowledge help. 80. Check your focused edge. You and your accomplice are there to help each other, not rival each other. In the event that you wind up contrasting yourself or contending in your life partner, check your conduct. That is not beneficial. 81. Have a bad day. Permit yourselves an absolutely languid day where you lie around and do nothing of note aside from appreciate each other's conversation. 81. Be caring to yourself. The most ideal approach to create positive examples in a relationship is to create them first with yourself. Try not to be so disparaging of yourself, and you'll set a decent case for your relationship. 82. Offer thanks for the seemingly insignificant details, and for particular things. Enormous motions are incredible, yet it's extraordinary to perceive the easily overlooked details your accomplice does that fulfill you feeling cherished, as well. 83. Dates like you dated in secondary school. Ask each other out. Get energized. Take all ways to prepare. Make out. Rehash. 84. Be available. We can destroy an impeccably awesome relationship by concentrating excessively on the past, or stressing excessively over what may occur later on. Figure out how to appreciate where you are, and who you're with the present moment. 85. Try not to endeavor to control. A relationship isn't a clash of wills. It's two individuals who are by and large together, so don't treat your accomplice like they're some sort of wild creature you're attempting to tame. 86. Grasp your shared objectives. What could it be that you both need to achieve? Would you be able to help each other to achieve those objectives? That'll be a major bit of what will hold both of you together as a couple over the long haul. 87. Have a social ordeal together. See a motion picture, a play, or a craftsmanship show together and afterward discuss them a while later. You might be enjoyably astounded by how in an unexpected way or correspondingly you saw things. 88. Go on a long bicycle ride. Bicycle rides are profoundly liberating encounters, and it's decent to have the capacity to do that with somebody you cherish. 89. Have a go at chatting on the telephone. Truly, we alternate imparting telephone. No, this sounds insane. However, telephone calls are an kind of correspondence than messaging, or even face-to-face will permit. You may really develop your association through a talk. 90. Make a blend for each other. It's adorable, sentimental and something out of a romantic comedy. In spite of the fact that nowadays, you should need to make a Spotify playlist instead of a blended CD. 91. Hold yourself under wraps. We invest so much energy focusing on how our accomplices carry on. However, take a moment to see how you're acting, particularly in case you're started up or in a terrible mindset. And after that, give yourself a moment to. 92. Breathe. Before you say something you don't mean, slowly inhale and inquire as to whether that is extremely the way you need to push ahead. Odds are, taking a moment out will help you recalibrate and think about a more productive method for dealing with the circumstance. 93. Help each other. This one is so natural. However, in the event that your accomplice is experiencing considerable difficulties with something, whether it's doing their duties or arranging their wardrobe, offer some assistance. 94. Be their greatest team promoter. On the off chance that your accomplice has refined something stunning, let them know it, and let them sparkle. 95. In your craziest snapshots of dissatisfaction or outrage, recall what it is that you like about them the most. There's a reason you're with them, all things considered, isn't it so? 96. Keep in mind that a relationship ought to dependably improve your life all in all, not more terrible. What's more, expect to ensure yours is doing only that. On the off chance that it's not, it might be an ideal opportunity to reevaluate. 97. Appreciate the tranquil minutes you go through with each other. Not all things have to be a major enterprise or a major ordeal. Sometimes the best circumstances are the calm, spontaneous things you do together. 98. Ensure you're dealing with yourself. Try not to give yourself a chance to get so put resources into your accomplice that you neglect to deal with yourself. 99. Relinquish the past. We regularly let our past damages direct our present. Figure out how to relinquish past feelings of disdain and fears so as to live more completely with your accomplice at this moment. 100. Touch each other frequently. Basic touch manufactures closeness, especially non-sexual touch. It's a non-verbal method for saying, indeed, I'm here for you, and I think about you, and it fortifies your enthusiastic bond. 101. The best connections are ones in which the two accomplices feel like the most fortunate individual on the planet. Discover approaches to impart that and encourage that inclination in each other, and you'll be great. Got an incredible relationship tip? It would be ideal if you share it with us in the remarks